What's good, y'all? Welcome to the premiere episode of Mud Talk. I am Big T.
I am Shay Renee.
And we are officially live and on air for the very first episode. Clap it on up for Mud Talk. Yay! Mud Talk is the only show that brings you the latest in fashion, news, and music straight here out of the 419. And we are the only show that keeps your ears to the streets
while you grind in the 419.
That's on period. All right. So glad that everybody could join us there on the first episode of Mud Talk. We have so much to get to on the show today. We have a very special guest in the building. We have Miss Tiara Armstrong, who is here, who we will be chatting with in just a few minutes about everything that she has going on, because she does a lot. She's like the Black Superwoman. So we definitely gotta tap in with her. But before we do that, we have to introduce ourselves. We want to let y'all know who we kicking it with, for the next 30 minutes. So my name is Big T. I am an educator. I am a dancer at Fame Studio. Shout out to the House of Adonis. I am an entrepreneur and small business owner. Shout out to the Impact Program of Toledo. And I am also a father. Shout out to my son, Marquise, who actually just turned 20 last weekend. So yeah, no, he's grown, man. So crazy. So what's up, Miss Shay? What's good?
Hello, I am Shay Renee, and I am a hairstylist right here in the TOL over at Exquisite. Shout out to my crew. We got Jada with TMG Hair. We have Amber on the nails, and of course, Miss Jen. I am a mother. Shout out to my kids, Tanaya, Dante, and Rihanna.
Yes, and they cool or whatever. They all right. All right, so of course here on the Mud Talk, we are going to give you all the latest in news and fashion and music. And of course, we're going to start with some news straight here out of the TOL, because we want to make sure that you are connected and plugged in about what's going on here around in Toledo. First things first, and this actually was a discussion that we talked about yesterday, is on Wednesday, a Wake High School student was found with a BB gun in their book bag. It says the Wake High School student was found with the BB gun Wednesday and could face charges. According to a statement from TPS, the weapon was found in the student's locker. There was no disruption to the school day and no threats were made. TPS put out a statement that said the safety of our students and staff members remains the district's #1 priority, which is why it is imperative that students understand they will face severe consequences for bringing a weapon or other inappropriate items to school. And that was made by James Gant, who is TPS Deputy Superintendent, and that was from WTOL. Shout out to them. So we wanted to know, should parents check their kids' book bag? And is there a certain age where that kind of stops? What you think, Miss Shay?
I believe they definitely should. At no age should you stop. If a kid's living in your household, you are responsible for what that kid does.
Absolutely. And I feel like sometimes we get to a certain age where we feel like our kids are too grown or they're way too old for us to be checking their book bags. Me being an educator, I typically see that around middle school where parents pretty much stop checking kids' book bag. And I'm just like, this is probably the time you should be checking your kids' book bag, because some serious stuff going on.
Their rooms too.
Definitely them rooms, and check them phones. Check the phones. Oh my gosh. If y'all knew the stuff that I dealt with in school with them cell phones, baby, let me tell you, y'all would be clutching y'all pearls at the stuff that y'all would see in y'all kids' phone. It is absolutely crazy. All right, so moving on to other news. This was actually just released today, is that face masks are now required for entry to all Huntington Center and Seagate Center events. All guests attending events at Huntington Center and Seagate Center will be required to wear a mask upon entry starting Thursday, January 20th. The policy was announced today as COVID-19 cases continue to rise to the highest levels of the pandemic. Free disposable masks will be distributed at the gates, and they will be having different raffles and different contests for those people who wear their masks through the duration of the events. So if you want to get your free gas card, keep your mask on. All right, and ending our news segment on a good note, we got to give a shout out and some snaps to Miss Maya Angelou. Miss Maya Angelou is officially the first Black woman to be on a quarter. The writer and poet Maya Angelou has become the first Black woman to have her likeness depicted on the quarter. The first in a series of coins commemorating pioneering American women that began shipping this week, the U.S. Mint announced on Monday, and that came from the New York Times. So make sure y'all get y'all coins up, and they better be Maya Angelou, because I don't give me no George Washingtons, no nothing else. I want straight Maya Angelou's, okay? And don't be using her quarters to be doing laundry and stuff. You need to, they do something important with them quarters, okay? All right.
As long as they spending them, I don't care.
I mean, that's true, but I can't see myself using a Maya Angelou quarter to do laundry. Like, I got to do something special. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but something special. All right, so that's our news. Make sure y'all stay tapped in and keep y'all connected with everything that's going on in the 419. And Miss Shay, I know you got a segment later on today, the Love Advice Corner.
Yes, dating in 2022.
Ooh, Jesus. One word, toxic. I think that's the right word to describe it. All right, so moving on with news, we have a segment that we call Tips with T. Being that, I'm an educator and I have seen a lot of things in my 10 years of being an educator, it's just some things that I just want to put on the table when it comes to parents, when you're pulling up to your baby schools, some things that you just should not do. So this segment right here is called Tips with T, and today's Tips with T is 5 things on what not to do at your kid's school when you pull up in the morning. Tip number 5, picking your kids up from school early to get their hair done or their hair cut. Don't do that, okay? Just don't do it, They look good, they look nice, but them grades don't look nice. So just make sure you don't do that, okay? Number 4, don't pull up bumping loud music. I cannot teach my class while you outside playing Nuck If You Buck, because then I'm going to want to Nuck If You Buck. So please don't pull up in front of the building bumping loud music. Number 3, please stop showing up to the baby's graduations and honor roll ceremonies with your bonnets and pajamas, okay? We don't know if you are awake yet or if you're even there, and we can't tell. So please make sure that you don't pull up in your bonnets and pajamas to your kids' ceremonies. Number 2, I should have made this number 1, but this will be number 2. Please stop smoking weed with your kids in the car. Okay, when you pulling up in the morning, they get out the car, you got a contact, they got a contact, now we all got a contact, and now nobody's learning nothing because your baby then came into class smelling like ounces and pounds. So please do not do that. And number 1, stop cussing them kids out in the morning. Please speak life into your kids. It's absolutely necessary, because when you cuss them out, they come into class thinking they can cuss me out, and it's just not a good look. So there you go. Those are your top 5 things on what not to do when you pull up to your kid's school.
Alrighty.
All right. Hope y'all took them notes down, because I don't want to see that on Tuesday. All right. So we have a very, very special guest in the building. She is an entrepreneur. She is a wife. She is a mother. She is a confidence coach. She is everything in between. And she's also my little sister. She's the baby of the bunch. So everybody give a round of applause and welcome to the first episode of Mud Talk, Miss Tiara Armstrong. Woo woo.
I want some snaps like Maya Angelou.
Let's
trying to get on the $2 bill. She on a quarter. I need to step my game up.
Listen, can we get you on the coin?
Shoot, put me on a coin, and y'all better only spend it where I will eat.
Okay. All right.
No laundry slot.
And where is that? Where do you like to eat?
Oh, I'm a Jay Alexander's girl, woman.
Yes.
Love Longhorn. My mama's kitchen.
Okay.
And then my kitchen. That's it.
That's the best kitchen, right?
It. I'm telling you, yes.
All right. So, Miss Tiara, tell us about you. Introduce the viewers to yourself, the listeners. Tell us about you, what you do, what you got going on.
Okay. Well, I am Miss Tiara. I guess if you big T, do that make me little T?
I guess so, huh?
Oh, okay. I am Miss Tiara. I am the founder, CEO, executive director of Heart to Hearts, which is a nonprofit program for girls ages 8 to 18, where we focus on building self-esteem, academic excellence, moral character, things of that nature. I am also, I guess I should have introduced myself the backwards way. I'm a confidence coach. Mm-hmm. So what I say is I am your daughter's favorite mentor and her mother's favorite coach. Okay. We're getting a 2-for-1 over here. So
right. I like that.
You know what I mean? Like it's a 2-for-1. Literally, I can't help your daughters and you still struggling.
Right.
And out of 10, almost 11 years in the game now, I got babies, but my parents is suffering, and they suffering in silence. Yes. So how can I give the tools to your kid, and now your kid is going home teaching you? That's backwards. It starts at home first. So let me tackle mom, and then we together as the village, we're going to work together to handle and take care of your babies. So,
and break those generational curse.
Honey.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So along with all the other amazing things that I do, those are the top top 2. I am a wife to my high school sweetheart. He is the love of my life and my best friend. And together we have a amazing year-old 11 son who is my world. But honey, he is big and he's eating out of house and home. So
You got to tell him to use his school stomach.
So you didn't survive Christmas break like I almost did.
no, and I can't
And
tell
they
him to use
extended
his school stomach because we don't eat school lunch.
Okay.
That's what I said. We do things a little different
A little
over
different.
here.
Okay. No PEBT, right?
No. I got a car in the mail. It was like $7.06. I just knew I was about to ball out in the grocery store. It did not happen.
No, straight to the corner store.
I literally did. It's still sitting on there. Well, I didn't know what to buy. Like,
I mean, some Slim Jims, Capri Sun. I don't know.
Let him buy
I
some
can't. I'm on
snacks.
my healthy journey.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now, are you originally from the Toledo area? Or
I am.
Okay.
I am born and raised here all my life. Lived in Akron, Cleveland for 3.5 years. Moved back when I found out I was pregnant, and my journey began.
Okay, so let's talk about that journey. Let's talk about Hearts to Hearts. What was the inspiration to start Hearts to Hearts?
Without getting emotional, God gave me that in a dream. When I was pregnant with my son, I always knew I wanted to give back to people in some form or fashion. I'm the friend that everybody go to. I'm the one they call when you need to cry, when you need to let it out. I'm the one that gives advice. So I've always been interested in helping others. I went to school for psychology. I love the brain. Like, I love everything about the brain. So I'm always asking deeper questions, asking other people deeper questions, and trying to get you to see the deeper in the reason why you have things. So when I was pregnant with my son, I remember laying in bed and falling asleep some form of way, but I woke up and I just started writing. And that birthed Heart to Hearts. My gospel choir instructor at the time, which is Dwayne Hammond, he called me, which from Central, shout out to Central GC, called me and asked me to come help with the kids. I was all on board. It's been 4 years there. I got to give back, not knowing that was the birthplace where Heart to Hearts was going to be born. And I started off with 2 girls who are doing phenomenal. One is a nurse now. She's living her best life. And the other one is a beautician and doing her modeling career. And then behind that, like, I got girls overseas. I got girls at HBCUs finishing degrees.
Yes.
I got, Sigmas rolling out. I'm at HBCU step shows, and the list goes on.
Yes.
So
let's give her some snaps on that. You out here changing lives and doing all type of those stuff. Look, you on your way to be Oprah, I'm telling you.
listen,
You got to get that Oprah money.
I need to plant me a pineapple tree.
Do something.
Would that make me?
Not an avocado tree.
I don't like avocados.
Yeah. I mean, I like guac, though. You like guac?
Not a fan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Give me some spinach dip. That's what I'm going to grow, some spinach.
Some spinach.
I'll be over.
Listen, I got bunches of spinach for sale with my $2 bill.
Now, with Hearts to Hearts, that also birthed your confidence coaching business. A lot of people have not heard of a confidence coach. So can you explain exactly what is a confidence coach?
Oh, long story short, I help women face their fears. So confidence, people think, is the way that I feel about myself. Yeah, that's just surface level. Literally, we doubt ourselves so much because we're afraid of so many things. And I tell my clients, like, we're afraid of 3 things. We're afraid of the opinions of others, we're afraid of success, and we're afraid of failure. Where does that come from? It stems from the surroundings and experiences that we've had over our lifetime. So if these things have been placed upon me and other people's perceptions of what I should and should not be doing, where do I find me in the process? And we lose ourselves a lot of times, especially as women, like, and men too, but I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. When you're growing up, you're attempting to be all of these things, trying to find yourself. And then I become adulthood and I get all these titles. I'm mommy, I'm married, I'm this, I'm that. And I forget about who I am.
Right.
Trying to fit into all these roles. And then here I find myself exhausted, overwhelmed, beat down, and bruised because I done lost myself in the process trying to be something that I'm not. And I'm stuck.
Right.
And we all know stagnation is something that'll have you going crazy. Like, what is happening to me? So as the confidence coach, I help you find your answers. I help you get back to your true self, identify your fears so that you can step into those things and become all that you were called to be. Not you personally, but who God called you to be, because we're put on this earth to do something. Everybody has a blueprint. but we lose the blueprint along the way trying to be something for somebody else or be somebody else in something. So that's what I do.
So do you feel like, and not getting too deep or too personal, but it is Mud Talk, so do you feel like, that sometimes when your clients come to you that they may be trying to work on themselves maybe to better relationship with the spouse or maybe with a child, do you feel like that in order to get to that place where they want to be, is that it starts with their confidence?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But it also starts with identifying the lies that we tell ourselves and the lies that we allow other people to tell us. If I can't identify those, then nothing else matters.
Right.
And confidence is everything. Better job, better family, better wife, better mother, better person in general. If I can't speak and talk and look and walk with my head held high and my chest thick, like, who am I?
Right.
I want to be able to step into a room and you feel me before I speak because I feel myself first.
Right.
And I'm not looking for validation from other people or my surroundings, but I know exactly who I am because I've ultimately gone back to the source. So yes, confidence is key to everything.
Yes, and confidence plays a role, like you said, in everything, and it starts, even when we're younger. If we don't learn how to have confidence in ourselves as kids, and then it just manifests into something so crazy when we become older. And then now we're trying to heal and do all this other stuff when we're like 40, 45, which is not a problem, but it's definitely, something that we should have worked on when we was younger. So I'm so glad that you are working on that with these young ladies and these young girls. And I know that they truly, truly, truly love you because I see them so much, especially those who are at my school because I got some Hearts to Hearts kids there. So shout out to that. When it comes to Hearts to Hearts, how do people get registered for Hearts to Hearts?
So we open up registration once a year.
Okay.
Registration opens up in July. We shut it down in September. From September to May, I have your babies full time.
Okay.
And I don't take any new girls unless it's an emergency circumstance with recommendations moving forward because I do believe in creating that atmosphere and that bond. And teenage girls got a lot of secrets, honey.
Yes.
Like, child, some days I be having to come with my army boots strapped and because I never know what I'm getting into. But the relationship that they have, the sisterhood that we've created there is amazing. So I don't want to disrupt that because once these girls form a bond, they're sisters for life. I got girls from the beginning that's still connected.
Right.
And then once those girls graduate, they come back and they build relationships with the younger girls. So now we got a whole sisterhood full of anybody and everybody that I could talk to if I need to help me get through what I'm going through.
Right. And what's so cool about that is that's also like a networking skill too, which I literally have just said, like, I feel like networking goes a long way than a degree. You can have a piece of paper all you want to, but if you don't know how to network, that piece of paper will do you no good. So that's so dope that, your girls are able to network and keep those connections because those are connections they'll need for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
It's not always who you know. I mean, what you know is
It's
who you know.
It's definitely who you know. Trust me, I've gone a lot further than what I know.
My piece of paper is still sitting in the folder. Okay, like I graduated college 2014. I have barely used the degree.
Yeah, and my degree is in business, and here I am working in education. So there's that.
Well, I guess I can't say I didn't use it. I'm using it, but not the way that the world says
true.
I should use it.
Facts.
So what type of activities do you do with your young ladies?
I am my baby's big sister, auntie, mama, cousin, whoever title you want to call. So anything from sleepovers to we're constantly taking our girls on business ventures, conferences, retreats. We do self-esteem activities. We're in beauty expos. Like we're all things girls. I have a son. So when I'm not at home shooting Nerf guns and making fart jokes and all type of stuff like that, like at the end of the day, I am a girly girl, but I have tomboyish ways. So if I get to be with my babies and we can get dialed up and or sit and talk and sip tea and look at roses and stuff like that, like I give them the life that I won't say I didn't have when I was growing up because I had it, but to a larger extent.
Right.
I believe in elegance. I believe in grace. I believe in style. I believe in poise. So I'm always making sure that we don't just do things on a surface level. Anybody in the city can tell you if Heart to Hearts is doing something, it's doing something on a grand spectrum because it's not what people say to you, but it's how you make people feel that they always will remember. So knowing that Heart to Hearts is not only my safe space, but it's the space that taught me etiquette. It's the space that taught me how to be a young lady. It's the space that taught me how to face my fears and let go of the things that people say and think about me, because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's what I think about myself and how to maneuver in relationships, and then getting into the business world and the college world and stepping in there knowing that this is who I am.
Right.
And while I'm here, I'm going to make sure that y'all remember me in some form or fashion, not just me, but my babies. That's what I want for those girls. And when they start with me in September, they come in one way, and in May, you like, who is this?
Growth, definitely.
Yes.
And that's all we aim for, is growth over a large spectrum of time. Change doesn't happen overnight. So that's just a little bit.
That's what's up. Now, before we let you go, we do have a little game to play. We're not going to play it just yet. But how can people get in contact with Miss Tiara Armstrong, whether it's for confidence coaching or whether it's for registration next year for Hearts to Heart?
So Heart to Hearts, you can reach us on the Facebook page, which is Heart to Hearts, the number 2 in between the hearts. Just send us a message. The link for registration opens next month, so that you'll have information rolling out for July. And then anything related to confidence coaching, if you go to my personal page, which is Tiara Armstrong, you'll see a link that you can book for a consultation. We'll sit down, we'll have a discussion via Zoom, because COVID is still on the rise, and I can't take no chances right now. And we'll get you squared away.
All right, so we actually have a question from our live. Someone said, what are the ages for Hearts to Heart?
8 to 18.
All right.
So your baby has to be in 3rd grade. Like, when they say kindergarten, like, your baby has to be potty trained. They have to be.
You're not changing no diapers?
I'm not changing no diapers. I love my babies. I really do. And I worked with 5-year-olds before, 5, 6, and 7 before. But just the way that we're doing things now, the new collaborations we have with the mental health agency out of Cleveland, the way that we had to redo our curriculum is geared towards the girls that are 8 to 18. Yes. So that is the age limit for us.
That's what's up. All right, so we have a little game that we're going to play. It's called This or That. And with this, I'm going to give you 2 choices, and you got to decide you want to get with this or you want to get with that. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
You sure?
I'm good.
All right.
I got this.
Let's see. Phone call or text?
Text me. Don't call me. I'm so serious.
You always on Do Not Disturb.
I'm telling you, I will watch. I am a avid watch the phone ringer. Like, I'm just going to watch it ring.
Yes. And her rule is if you call twice, then she's going to answer because she knows it's an emergency.
Yeah.
But she'll be pissed off if she answered and it's not an emergency.
It's not an emergency. Like, you could have texted this to me. I could send you GIFs and emojis that'll make you feel like I'm right there.
Yeah. She's definitely one of those people that's like, this could have been an email. Like, that's her.
CC me in.
CC. Send that PowerPoint in the email. We didn't have to stay after work for this.
Literally.
Now, is that a part of like a boundary you've set for yourself?
Yes.
Definitely for that.
Because I talk all day long. Yes. When I'm not coaching, I'm mentoring. When I'm not mentoring, I'm giving some type of presentation or I'm in some type of meeting. When I go home, I don't want to sit on the phone.
That's me.
I don't. And then, not to mention, once I go home, I got my family. So they're my priority once I step foot in the door. And you calling me when you could have called me all day long. You gonna wait till I get home at 8 o'clock? No, you send me a text message.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you call twice, I know it's an emergency. If you don't call twice, then obviously it wasn't that important, and I don't need to jump for my phone. So,
all right. Guess she told y'all.
Okay.
All right. Big party or small gathering?
Oh, dang. If this was back in college, I would say a big party, but lately I've been really loving my intimacy.
Yeah.
Small people who love you, love them back. No extra uncertainty in the room. I just need my people. Yeah. I thrive better with my people.
Yes. See, when I was in college, I mean, I like both, but I was definitely a kickback guy. Like, definitely at the crib with some cards, with some drinks, because I just felt like when we go to the club, it's the same exact thing. I'm like, we got music at home, we got drinks at home, you know what I'm saying? We got food at home. I just always felt like I'd rather just, kick back at home.
I was in the club before I was supposed to be.
Yeah,
so
that's probably why, yeah.
But when I got to college, like, my first house party, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I literally came dressed, suited and booty from head to toe. It was an alpha party. And chicks was coming out of there with sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. and booty shorts and little sports bras, and I'm like, take me home. Like, take me home.
Shout out to all the alphas.
I am overdressed. Like, take me home. But it was lit. It was lit.
All right. Sneakers or sandals?
I just gonna say sneakers or heels. That was a given, but sneakers or sandals.
That's why I didn't do heels.
Sneakers. No, I like my toes out. So yeah, sandals.
Sandals?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Depending on the day.
Well, and when I'm not crushing your toes, so there's that. So we're not going. We're
not going flashback trauma.
We're gonna leave that in the past.
That is a trigger.
All right, last one: rich friend or loyal friend?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Definitely.
We can be rich together.
Facts.
So.
But what if it's Oprah? Because she look like she loyal and she rich.
Well, I mean, she been hiding Stedman out in the backyard for God knows how many years. So obviously she loyal and she rich. I don't know, but I would choose loyalty over money any day. Money comes and goes. What happened if you rich today and broke tomorrow? Like,
that's facts.
That's not beneficial in any way, shape, or form. So loyalty holds a huge place in my heart. Doing without me asking
definitely
holds a special place in my heart. Like, just the smallest things make me smile. I'm not a grand gesture person. Do I love it? But the fact that you took time out of your day to think about me when you could be doing God knows what, that means everything to me.
Absolutely. So. All right. Well, that was this or that. So we appreciate you for playing that little game. But we got to thank, first of all, you for coming to the show. So let's give Miss Tiara a round of applause or some snaps. Some snaps. I forgot. She don't hear Maya Angelou. We're going to give Miss Tiara some snaps. But before we go, we got to get our Love Advice Corner with Miss Shay Renee over here. So Miss Shay, what love knowledge are you kicking to us this week?
Just a couple, tips about dating at 22. I know it's been a running joke that there's a little pee in the water. Well, it's more than that.
It might be COVID in the water now. I don't even know.
Definitely something. But I would say, number one, look for someone with similar values. For example, like age, education, moral beliefs, hobbies, personality-wise. Make sure that vibe there, Number two would be make sure you meeting your partner's needs. Check-ins, weekly check-ins. Maybe at dinner or whatever, maybe before dinner, or out to eat, or, your little special day each weekend. Just make sure you're checking in your partner and make sure y'all on the same page. And if there's anything that needs to be talked about or ironed out or anything. Number three would be keeping it spicy. Like, you can't let the romance die. Like, do the same things you did to get that person to keep them.
Yeah.
Which leads me into number 4, picking your battles. Not every misstep needs to be, addressed. Sometimes you need to take that step back and make sure it's something worth bringing it up, especially if it's something that crosses your boundaries.
But sometimes I gotta let you know when you got me fucked up.
No, you don't always have to let people know.
I said sometimes I gotta let you know.
Not always, definitely not. Number 5, which is the biggest thing, and something I've definitely learned within the last year, is making time for self-care. You have to refill your own cup. And you don't, I think a lot of times when people get into relationships, they lose themselves within their partners. You don't have to always give that self-love to other people. Sometimes you need to give that love to yourself that you're trying to give. And so.
All right. Thank you, Miss. That was it? Oh, thank you, Miss Shay Renee, with your Love Advice Corner. If you ever have any love advice that you need, what's the number and the email they can hit you up on, Miss Shay Renee?
It is 419-827-TALK.
All right. We got our own phone number on the show, by the way, just so y'all know. Okay, we out here. We official like a whistle. You feel me? All right. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Tiara Armstrong, for stopping by the show.
Coming
through the mud. Yes.
Congratulations, y'all. Y'all first episode. Super, super proud of y'all.
Yes. Thank you. I know
this is something you've been talking about for a minute. I always be a radio DJ.
Listen, I've always said if I was not teaching, I would be working on the radio. Like, I used to watch 106 in Park heavy and TRL and Direct Effect, and I knew that whole line from like 10, like front to back. Like, I just knew I was gonna be AJ. I just knew it, but
Well, now you big T.
I'm big T.
On Mud Talk.
On Mud Talk.
Look at God.
On my
Won't he
own.
do it?
On my own shit. Okay?
So real quick before we get out of here,
Yes,
I wanted to give a shout out to my girls dance team, Injustice. It's a new and upcoming team. They just did a showcase last weekend, and it was amazing. Young ladies did amazing. Also, they have fundraisers every Tuesday at the Lions Den, so make sure y'all supporting them, babies.
Oh, I got girls
Yes.
on that team.
Yeah.
And make sure you go on my Facebook page, the Impact Program of Toledo. If you have any kids who are in grade 6 through 12th grade who are looking to be first generation college students or who just need some college bound guidance, send them my way and we will get them together. All right, y'all.
Alrighty.
Yes, that is our time. But we'll be back on January 28th, and we will have celebrity stylist and fashionista Miss Rihanna Yvette would be in the building to come through and talk about her fashion do's and fashion don'ts and tell us about her experience. And definitely talk about some fashion do's and don'ts, because I'll be seeing some stuff that really should be a don't, but y'all really be trying to make it a do.
And she's definitely the one to tell you.
She's definitely the one to tell you about yourself.
Before we go, though, I want to give a shout out to the 28 amazing women I had the opportunity to coach the last week in December. When I say that class was super phenomenal, like there's no words for it. But I can say from that course, those women are making impact. It's only the second week of January, and they are showing up and showing out. So for those who have been asking, yes, it is coming back, but I'm not going to tell y'all when the date is dropping. Just be ready.
All right. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Okay.
All right, y'all. That is our time here on Mud Talk. But as you know, Mud Talk is the only show that keeps your ears to the streets.
While you grind in the 419.
All right. We'll see y'all on the 28th, y'all. Deuces.